Hey guys, what's up? It's Teeds coming at you with another Tips with Teeds video in College Football 25. Do you struggle running the option? Do you struggle running the read option? Well, you watch this video, you're going to figure out a bunch of tips and tricks on how to run it very successfully. But before we jump into it, if this video does help, please don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and be on the lookout for more Tips with Teeds in College Football 25 coming within the next few weeks. So let's jump into it. Let's start out with the read option. There's going to be one player on the defense every single time that is going to tell you where to go with the ball. It's very quick, and you have to make a snap-like reaction in order for it to be successful. But if you hold right trigger or R2 on PlayStation, it'll bring up the play art, and you see that player, which is the right end, they have an R over the player. That means he is the read guy. He will tell you where to go with the football. If he crashes towards the running back, meaning he's going to go after the running back and assume that the running back is taking the handoff, then you hold A or X on PlayStation and the quarterback will pull that ball out and take it outside. If the defensive end is standing up, meaning he is waiting for the quarterback to pull the ball out and take it to the outside, then you don't press anything and the running back will take the handoff, left in this case, into the offensive line, hoping that they're able to give him a hole. So let's see what the defensive end does here. And again, he will tell you where you go with the ball. As I snap it here, he stands up, I don't press anything, and I hand it off to the running back. It's that simple. If he stands, you don't press anything, and you let him hand it off to the running back. Again, we're going to do this again. As you see the same play here, you have the R over the defensive end on the right side. If he stands up, then you are going to not press anything and let him run the ball. He stands up, hand it off to the running back, and you pick up some yards. It's not a guarantee on being a chunk play, but it is almost a guarantee on picking up some positive yards. And that is the key in football, is you want to be moving forward every single play. So again, let's try this again. Hike the ball, he stands, hand it off, and you pick up a few yards. Again, this isn't for chunk plays. This is just to make sure that you're making the right call every single time. And more often than not, you will be able to make that right decision. You will set yourself up for success. So let's see what happens if the defensive end crashes and you have to pull the ball out. Remember, for that, you have to hold A or X on PlayStation in order for the quarterback to pull it out of the running back's hands and take it outside. So on this one, I'm going on the left. It's a read option to the left. And if he crashes, then I hold A and then I take it outside. Simple as that. It's a very quick snap decision, so you have to be alert. Hike the ball here, crashes to the running back, and I take it outside, and I have a lot of room. So the more chunk plays of this is definitely going to be on the quarterback. He's able to pull that ball out, and they crash like he does again here. You have a lot of open space majority of the time, and you can run in and hopefully, lay out that cornerback if you want, but I always try to slide just to make sure that you don't fumble the ball. Again, let's try that again. You hike it, he crashes down, hold A, and run outside. And if you get a good block by your receiver like you did there, you could get a couple more yards. But that's it, guys. It's not that difficult, but you have to get used to making that decision very quickly. Because if you don't do that, well, you put yourself in a very difficult position, and you could fumble the ball. You could get stopped at the line and not gain yards. And that is, again, what this game is about. You don't want to score too quickly because you want to give your defense a rest. You also want to score, take some time off that clock, and also scare your opponent. They might not be able to score. So let's see what happens if you make the wrong decision. I hike it, he's standing up, I run it with the quarterback, and boom, I fumble. That's going to happen more often than not. That is why you want to be very smart about this. If you're confident with it, good. Go for it. Run that read option. If you do it correctly, it can be very difficult to stop. But what I do recommend for people who are not comfortable with it, you could easily use this as just a run play with the running back. When I got back into playing College Football 25 for the first time, the button to hand it off or not hand it off to the running back flipped from NCAA Football 14, which was the last time that they made a college football game. And because of that, I could not do it correctly. I was always doing it opposite. So I'm not even explaining to you about what it used to be, but this is the way you do it now. And so what I ended up doing to kind of beat that is just hand it off every single time. Even if the defensive end crashes, you can hand it off to the running back and still gain some yards. So worst case scenario, if you accidentally pick, a read option and you don't want to call a timeout, you don't want to audible, or you can't audible, you could just hand it off to the running back every single time. Now let's get into running the option. This one, again, is very, very quick. You have to make split decisions very, very quickly, but it's a little easier to because you get to take some time running outside and pitch it if you want to and not if you don't. More often than not, I always recommend pitching it because your halfbacks and running backs are more prone to tackles and they're used to it, and it's not the end of the world if they get hurt. If your quarterback gets injured, however, that could ruin your season, can ruin the game, and give you a very, very difficult time at winning. So I'm going to show the play art here. We're running a speed option to the right. You see the P over the right cornerback there. E is going to be the pitch man. He is going to be the one that is determining if you are going to pitch it or not pitch it. And in this case, if you need to pitch it, it is L1 on PlayStation or LB on Xbox. And if you tap it, you're going to pitch it normally. If you double tap it, it's going to be a fake pitch. And if you hold the LB button, it's going to be a hard pitch. So just keep that in mind. As I'm running the option here, running to the right, pitch it to the running back, and unfortunately stepped out of bounds, but you get the point. You have to make the decision. Are you going to fake it? Are you going to pitch it to the running back? Are you going to keep it with the quarterback? It all depends on what you're comfortable with. As he's close to me right there, I pitch it to the running back, and look at all that space that he's got. Again, this could be a touchdown depending if you're going against a bad user. The CPU, they're pretty good at defending it. So again, I'm going to hike it, take it outside, and look at him right there, hand it out, or pitch it to the running back, and pick up another 5 to 7 yards. That's just by tapping LB. And now this time, gonna hold it, shoots it a little bit more. He's able to get a few extra yards there. Running back gets the ball a little bit quicker there. As I hike it again, running to the side. And I got a lot of room to run, and I'm probably just going to slide there. You don't have to pitch it. And in that case, there was no reason to because the running back was too far behind the quarterback. But again, that's just something that you need to make the decision on. As I take it to the outside, I got some good blocking. Great blocking right there by our tight end as I'm able to take it in for the touchdown. But that's it. You can fake pitch it, and that one is a little bit more difficult and a little bit more risky. And in these situations right here, I'm not running into any of those where I'm going to fake pitch it. But what I always recommend is if the player, it looks like they're playing the pitch and they're running to the running back already, you don't even have to fake pitch it. You can just run right through that player because he is not going to be able to tackle you. As I try to run this option again, it looks like they might not get me. Oh, they do. But regardless, I picked up 15 yards. And if you have a fast quarterback, this makes it a lot easier. But that's it, guys. It is pretty simple. The more you practice it, the easier it'll be. And that's one thing I always recommend. Practice makes better, or perfect if you want to say that. And the more confidence you get with running the read option, more confidence you get with running the option in general, the better you will be, especially because these plays are not constantly run online. If you're able to master them, you could definitely have a leg up on your opponent because they don't know how to play them. Plus, defense is already pretty difficult to do already, especially using 1v1. And if you have a fast quarterback, you might have the advantage almost all the time. And that's what I see a lot of times with Alabama when I face them online. That is what they try to do. They try to user him, but it is what it is, and you just have to get through it. So if this video did help you guys out, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe and be on the lookout for more tips with Teeds in College Football 25 in the coming future. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.